Meaning of immunity. Immunity means the power of our body to fight against diseases. It is the protection given by our immune system against germs like bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Example, when germs enter our body, our immunity fights them so that we don't fall sick. 2. Meaning of non-specific. Non-specific means not targeting one special germ. It works the same way against all kinds of germs. Example, skin stops bacteria, virus, fungus, all types of microbes. It does not select a special way, not against one particular germ. 3. Meaning of innate. Innate means present from birth. It is natural, we do not have to learn it or develop it later. Example, a newborn baby already has skin, tears, and stomach acid to protect itself. 4. Meaning of physiological. Physiological means natural body functions or processes. In immunity, it refers to natural fluids and secretions that protect us. Example, acid in stomach kills microbes. Saliva in mouth stops microbial growth. Tears from eyes wash away microbes. 5. Meaning of cellular. Cellular means related to cells. In immunity, it means protection given by special white blood cells. Example, neutrophils, monocytes, macrophages, and natural killer cells eat and destroy microbes. Meaning of cytokine. Cytokine means small proteins released by cells to send signals. In immunity, virus-infected cells release cytokines called interferons. These interferons warn nearby healthy cells and protect them from getting infected. So in very short, immunity. Polymorpho means having many shapes. 2. Nuclear. Nuclear means related to the nucleus of a cell, the central part of a cell which controls it. 3. PMNL. PMNL equals polymorphonuclear leukocytes. These are a type of white blood cells, WBCs. They have a nucleus with many shapes. Example, neutrophils are PMNL. They eat and destroy germs. 4. Mucus coating of respiratory, gastrointestinal, and urogenital tracts. Mucus equals sticky, slimy fluid produced by our body. Respiratory tract, lungs and airways for breathing. Gastrointestinal tract equals stomach and intestine for digestion. Urogenital tract, urinary plus reproductive organs. Meaning, in all these body parts, there is a mucus coating, slimy layer, which traps microbes and stops them from entering deeper. 5. Macrophage. Macro equals big, phage equals eater. Macrophage means big eater cell. It is a type of white blood cell that eats and digests microbes. 6. Phagocytose. Phago eat, cytos equals process by cell. Phagocytose means the process of a cell eating a microbe. Example, macrophages and neutrophils phagocytose bacteria. 7. Natural killer. NK, cells. These are a special type of lymphocyte, white blood cell. Their job is to kill virus-infected cells and cancer cells. They do not eat microbes, but directly destroy the infected cells. Very short meanings for students, easy to memorize. Polymorpho equals many shapes. Nuclear equals related to nucleus. PMNL, special WBC with many shaped nucleus. Mucus coating, slimy layer that traps microbes in breathing, digestion, and urine reproductive tracts. Macrophage equals big eater cell. Phagocytose, process of eating microbes by cells. Natural killer, the WBC that kills virus-infected and cancer cells. Do you want me to also... One, what is the meaning of acquired? Acquired means gained later. It is not present from birth. The body develops it after meeting germs or after vaccination. 2, what is the meaning of their specific signature? Specific means it works only against one particular germ. The body makes a special antibody for that germ. Each antibody matches its germ like a lock and key. 3, what kind of memory is it talking about? The memory means the immune system remembers the germ after the first attack. If the same germ comes again, the body quickly makes a stronger response. 4, primary response is low intensity. What does low intensity mean? Low intensity means the response is weak and slow. Few antibodies are made. The germ may cause mild disease. How do they go for subsequent encounter? On the next encounter, the body uses its memory cells. These cells quickly recognize the germ. They produce antibodies much faster. 6. High intensity means what? High intensity means is killed before it can cause disease. Means the response is weak and slow. Few antibodies are made. The germ may cause mild disease. How do they go for subsequent encounter? On the next encounter, the body uses its memory cells. These cells quickly recognize the germ. They produce antibodies much faster. 6. High intensity means what? High intensity means the response is very strong and quick. A large number of antibodies are made. The germ is killed before it can cause disease. How do T cells help the B cells? Here, help means support and guidance. T cells release special signals, chemicals called cytokines. These signals tell B cells to start making antibodies. 8. How does this help B cells to produce proteins, antibodies? T cells act like teachers or commanders. They instruct B cells to divide and change into plasma cells. Plasma cells then produce proteins called antibodies. Of humor. In old medical language, humor means body fluids. Humoral immunity, immunity present in blood and body fluids. It is called humoral because antibodies are found in blood plasma. In very short one-liners, easy to learn, acquired, not at birth. Specific, works against one germ only. Memory, immune system remembers germs. Low intensity, weak, slow response. Subsequent encounter, next time germ comes. High intensity, strong, quick response. Help by T cell, gives signals to B cell. B cell help equals T cell makes B cell produce antibodies. Humor, body fluid, like blood plasma. Would you like me to also draw a very simple flowchart that enters the body and can trigger the immune system to produce antibodies? Examples, bacteria, viruses, pollen, toxins, or foreign proteins. 2. Meaning of host is exposed to antigens. Exposed to antigens means the body comes into contact with these foreign substances. This contact makes the immune system react and produce antibodies. 3. Meaning of dead microbes or proteins. Dead microbes are germs that are killed or inactivated, so they cannot cause disease. Proteins can be foreign substances from germs or other sources that stimulate the immune system. Examples, dead microbes killed poliovirus in a vaccine. Proteins, toxins from bacteria used in vaccines, like tetanus toxoid. 4. Meaning of antibody takes time to give full effective response. When the body first meets a germ, it starts making antibodies slowly. It takes time to produce enough antibodies to completely fight the infection. This is why active immunity is slow to start. 5. Meaning of deliberately injecting microbes. This means giving microbes intentionally into the body, usually in a safe form, dead or weakened. Purpose, to teach the immune system to fight the germ without causing disease. Example, polio or COVID vaccine injections. 6. Which kind of antibody is received by the baby from the placenta during pregnancy? Babies receive IgG antibodies from their mother through the placenta. These antibodies provide protection before birth. 7. How dead microbes do not cause any disease. Dead microbes are inactivated, so they cannot multiply or infect the body. They can still trigger the immune system to make antibodies. Example, killed polio vaccine helps the body develop immunity without causing polio. Summary and simple points. Antigen, foreign substance triggering immunity. Exposed to antigens, body meets germs, proteins. Dead microbes, proteins, cannot cause disease, used in vaccines. Antibody takes time, slow first response, needs enough antibodies to fight. Deliberate injection, vaccination with safe microbes. Baby gets IgG antibodies from mother through placenta. Dead microbes don't cause disease, they are killed but still stimulate immunity. How inactivated dead microbes trigger the immune system. Even though microbes are killed or inactivated, they still have antigens on their surface. Antigens are the parts of the microbe that the immune system recognizes as foreign. When these antigens enter the body, they stimulate B cells and T cells to produce antibodies and immune memory. This trains the immune system to fight the real active microbe if it enters later. Example, killed polio virus in a vaccine cannot cause polio, but its antigens teach the body to make antibodies.
Fortunately, certain cells in your body have evolved to fend off microscopic attackers. Early responders, like this macrophage, identify invaders and attack. They also give off chemical signals, called cytokines, to call up reinforcements like neutrophils and natural killer cells. Macrophages, neutrophils, and natural killer cells, collectively referred to as innate immunity, are nonspecific, often sacrificing healthy tissue to contain an infection. But if the invader slips through, you're going to need a more targeted defense. The adaptive immune system provides a more targeted defense. Dendritic cells are like intelligence specialists. They collect pieces of the invader at the site of the battle. Then they travel to the nearest lymph node, triggering a cascade of events. Inside the lymph node, the dendritic cell presents pieces of the invader to T cells, the immune system's communication specialist. In turn, T cells activate B cells, training them to form antibodies, the molecular weapons that target the invader specifically. The immune system now mounts its ultimate defense. B cells release millions of antibodies, each antibody's shape tailored to identify and neutralize the enemy. The immune system deploys these tailored weapons until the infection is wiped out, ready to respond even faster the next time.
Parts of the human body, an intricate network of cells and molecules, evolved over the course of hundreds of thousands of years to protect us from the dangers of the outside environment. So how does it work? First, detect the threat, summon help, and launch a counterattack. When a virus infiltrates a cell, for example a cell lining our airway, the cell detects this as foreign and produces cytokines, messenger proteins, to summon help via phagocytes, a type of white blood cell, and also help to contain the local spread of the virus from cell to cell, typically the role of interferons. Specialized white blood cells called phagocytes try to destroy the intruding virus by literally eating them up. These first responders show up within minutes and make up the innate immune system. It is fast to respond, but not precise, and it does its best to shut down an infection as soon as possible. The adaptive immune system is highly specialized, but much slower. Dendritic cells collect small fragments of the virus left over from the battles of the innate immune system and ferry these to our lymph nodes, where highly specialized white blood cells called T cells are waiting. T cells are pre-programmed soldiers, each one trained to target a specific invader. When a dendritic cell carrying a specific type of virus fragment shows up, the relevant T cell will divide many times to produce an army of clones. There are two main types of T cells. Cytotoxic T cells recognize and destroy infected cells that harbor the virus, and helper T cells boost the immune response by activating B cells to produce antibodies. Antibodies are specific proteins that block the structures that viruses use to latch onto and enter our cells. Antibodies also mop up the viruses that are floating around within our bodies. Although T cells and B cells can take several days to move into action, they are incredibly precise, and they remember. After the virus has been neutralized and the army stands down, most specific T cells and B cells die off, but a small fraction